5:13 now. Officials in Michigan say butane and propane caused deadly explosions after a building burst into flames. A 19-year-old died and a firefighter was hurt after an industrial building went up in flames outside of Detroit Monday night. The building housed a company that supplies vape parts. The victim died after being hit in the head by flying debris. Yikes. Investigators are working to find out what caused that fire. Well, Super Tuesday has come and gone, and we are now getting a better idea of who will be on the ballot come November.
Yeah, so a rematch between Biden and Trump appearing to be likely in all of this. Shortly after the polls closed, both frontrunners taking a decisive lead with victories across several states. President Joe Biden, former President Donald Trump really are not leaving much room for their competition in all of this. They swept their states largely. The one exception we saw throughout this was that former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley did pick up a win in Vermont's primary. She is down in delegate numbers, but not out of the race yet as she tries to gain traction with independent voters. All candidates speaking as those results came in.
My poll numbers, the last 5 polls you guys don't report, I'm winning 5 in a row.
You know, all of these people deserve to vote. 16 states want to have their voices heard. Let's let their voices get heard.
They call it Super Tuesday for a reason. This is a big one. We're going to do something that, frankly, nobody's been able to do for a long time.
And just a sampling here, one voter in Massachusetts saying although she feels age is a concern for Biden and Trump, she believes in what Biden has done in his administration.
For me, one of the most important things is continued support for Israel. I really appreciate everything that President Biden has been doing to support the country of Israel in this current conflict and the Jewish people as a whole in the United States and beyond.
Now, one voter in Virginia spoke about what drove him out to the polls to vote for Trump after hearing pitches from the candidates.
I was disappointed in her response to some of the questions. She just didn't answer questions accurately, so this motivated me to come vote today. And if I can speak directly to President Trump, I wish he would tone his comments down on his political opponents. We want you to run the country. We want you to be effective. He has great policies, but I don't want to hear the drama.
Biden and Trump are both predicted to easily win their party's nomination. And it'll be Connecticut's turn to vote soon. The presidential primary moved up this year to the first Tuesday of April. You can cast your ballot before this month ends. There will be 4 extra days you can go in person to the polls. Your first chance is on Thursday, March 26th. Note that there are some different hours for early voting. You can request an absentee ballot, too, if you fall under one of the state's legal reasons. The Secretary of the state says, however you want to vote, it is time to start thinking about a plan.
All right, so cooler weather and a change in wind patterns could help contain the wildfire that is burning in Texas. Yesterday, a volunteer fire chief died while battling a structure fire. He spent 9 days tackling this historic wildfire before responding to a separate structure fire. The fire also killed at least 1 civilian and displaced close to 50 families here. Ranchers say they've lost cattle, barns, and feed supplies. State funding providing money to help those in need. It is a reminder that so many of our frontline workers and firefighters are volunteer first responders, and that gentleman gave his life in this. It's just really sad. Yeah. If you know a volunteer firefighter, our 5 AM producer Ed happens to be one, say thank you, right?
Thanks,
thank you,
Ed. No.
I said you're welcome.